There. Thanks for joining me. I can't believe it. This is already episode number 7, Gen X versus AI. Um, Little recap. My goal is to just learn everything about AI software. Um, I think things are going to change very rapidly here over the next 5 years. Life as we know it in 10 years is going to be unrecognizable. They are getting to the point where they have AIs that can comprehend, combine that with robots, and then you have autonomous machines that can do uh, a lot of things that humans can do. And what that's really going to do is replace a lot of the labor force eventually for blue collar and white collar workers. So we are at the beginning of a dramatic change in life. Some of the things we're going to see immediately, I think, I just can't imagine anybody that's a writer, book writers, and I'm not talking about maybe novels or well-known, but I'm just talking children's books, things like that. When you can have an AI literally write a book in minutes. Um, Certainly we're already seeing these things in grocery stores and McDonald's and, restocking shelves and scanning items. And today, what I'm going to explore is a novice 53-year-old man. Can I build a fully functional website with AI? If you know me, I'm very cheap, so my goal will be doing it as inexpensively or really free if possible. So I'm going to take you along for the ride. What I do like to do, again, is spend a few minutes on any robotic or AI news. I did just really put this in Grok. This week in AI and robotic news. So let's see what we're seeing here. I don't know. Let's see if anything looks interesting. Okay, so AI powered robotic in industry. Dexterity Mech, the world's first industry superhumanoid robot, was highlighted for its ability to lift 132 pounds and handle repetitive tasks in logistics and manufacturing, potentially reducing workplace injuries. Now, let me just see. Find any video links to news. I'll just do it this way. What I can tell you, again, interacting with these AI LLM, right, large language models, as much as I have now in the last 2 weeks, the real secret is just prompting, and you'll eventually get used to it. I'm getting used to it, and you know what to add, don't add. But the real secret to all of this is just the prompts that you use to interact with these AIs, to know what to ask it. And eventually I'm hoping to get better at, just asking it the right thing right away. Eventually I'll probably have all kinds of documents that save prompts to start with. It seems like people are creating prompt documents and even selling them. So it's a whole industry in itself. And that will be the other good part about AI is that, it will eventually create all kinds of jobs. So my recommendation is, if you have young kids or you're looking yourself, start learning a few minutes a day now, like I want to do, because the world will look way different. And I think anybody that is educated in AI and especially robotics, will have a major step up. I think for humanity down the road, life will get easier, right? I think things like growing food and repetitive motion work and you name it, is going to make life better. But there's going to be a period, I don't know what they're going to do with the money shift, right? You know, if these are doing all the jobs, how does the average person earn money? So that's going to be the interesting thing. You know, there's the terms utopia or dystopia, right? Utopia meaning everything's perfect, dystopia meaning that everything is a disaster. So it could go either direction or both directions, you know, eventually too. But I do see probably a world where, you know, maybe in 20 years that everybody that's born is already guaranteed to have the basics of housing and food, and education, and they can decide from there if they just live a leisure life of just the basics, or you know, if there'll, you know, be opportunity to achieving beyond that. But I really believe AI and computers will be able to do pretty much everything we can and be smarter than us very quickly. And you know, maybe the next adventure is AI solving the light speed issue to be able to travel through space easier. So the next frontier, right? Okay, so I just went from my original prompt to, hey, find the links to these things. So let's see. That one didn't seem as interesting. Let me just see what it finds for links. Here's a little YouTube video. Not available. So that's interesting. I don't know. Let's see. I know now I'm on Grok right now. So is this one up to the minute information, right? That's right. Some of them are not connected, some are. So this one, Grok, it looks like, without me having to push anything, is up to the minute information. So I'm surprised that link doesn't work, is what I'm coming down to. Let's see if any of these are working. Some kind of tutorial. I guess maybe there's videos in there. I'm not going through all that. Maybe I should do so let's see if I just specific for YouTube. Yeah, so that's interesting. So let's see if this comes up with one now. No? Okay, there we go. So basically showing the dexterity. Wow, okay, that's pretty impressive. Well, this is the world we're going to be living in soon, when it can understand, comprehend what to do, and can certainly do it like that. Over time, they're just going to get better and better and quicker. So that's pretty impressive. Okay, so Pollen Robotics is the name of the company. All right, so what else do we have? Okay, that link is not working. Surprised it's giving me bad links, but maybe it's just doing a Google search. So if these if these links, you know, are still shown in the Google search.
Is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy.
It's only possible because of the incredible people here at Tesla. They are absolutely committed to the cause of sustainable energy, and that is why we can do what no other company can do.
So this is an hour-long video. I'm certainly not playing that entire thing, but
we can make lower-cost products that are still efficient and compelling, and we can make them at scale.
Oh, this just looks like all about Tesla, so I'm not
In
sure.
our first year of production, we produced just over 20 vehicles.
And that was
And I thought
3 weeks
well,
ago.
maybe we might one day be able to do 10 or 20 a week instead of 10 or 20 a year. And the way things are tracking right now, we will actually have made over 10 million vehicles next year. So
Now 10 million vehicles. So that, and I think really what I see is, again, if they end up with 100 AI robots in, retail, right? People can buy them this year. Then that's going to be thousands next year and hundreds of thousands a year after that, and then millions in 4, 5, 6 years. So, and that's how fast I think this stuff will start happening. Let's see what this news is. And then there's no video. That's very interesting that that these links to the videos it's giving me are not doing it. Wow, there's my video. That's interesting. I'm surprised that's showing there. So,
As an owner of Walton Goggins goggle glasses, I know how to make slick-looking goggle/glasses.
so when was this? Oh, this is 1 day ago. So okay. Let's see what this has to say.
back
And
in 2021, Tesla's big robot reveal was, well, a person in a robot costume. But fast forward to today, and the real Optimus is making some genuine progress. The latest updates are starting to look...
so this video was launched
What's even
a
more
day
exciting
ago.
is Tesla's timeline. At Tesla's Q1 event 2025, Elon Musk revealed they're aiming to produce thousands of these robots this year. Enough for what he calls a Roman legion.
Wow.
Keep watching, because you'll see how Optimus is doing things most thought were still a decade away.
So I mean, it's coming, right? It's coming. So again, I don't know how much I can show or not without getting a copyright strike. So these are certainly videos that are worth looking up. And again, this video was a day ago. In fact, I'm going to save this one and actually watch this later, because I would like to watch this entire video. Okay. Other news. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, was this the Chinese one? I think I saw something. That's 11 months ago, so that's not really new. And I think the point with this is, I said it in my first, video. These are not AI robots. I think these are more just robots, right? The difference is they're kind of building in parallel. People are really working on the ADA, the robot part, and then people are working on the AI part. So once they get solved, both of them, it's going to be very quick and easy to be able to combine them. That's what I think is going to be the impressive part. Okay, definitely very freaky though, Alright, so what else do we have? And let's see, so 4 weeks ago.
We have many problems that have been solved in the history of humanity where we know the answer.
I'd rather newer information. Months ago.
Well, first off, Jay,
All right.
thank you for...
So we're gonna call that quits for the news. All right, today my goal is, as my title says, I want to see if I can produce an AI website from scratch. I have played a little bit over the last 2 days. But I've only built one, and then you hit the paywall, and I did not want to pay for it. So I'm going to really start from scratch. I do have some images that I already had made by ChatGPT, so I'll reuse those. But I'm going to kind of go from scratch. So here is the idea. Let's say I created a business from scratch. I'm going to use the example. I recently bought an Epson photo scanner. They're very expensive, around $400 or $500. But I wanted to scan all of my pictures so that, if there was a fire or any kind of issues, or easy to look at. I find I go back and look at, photos from back to 2000 when everything was digital, and they're on my computer way more than anything before 2000 that, were all in print. So, and I've been very impressed with Google Photos. Not that I'm perfect at it, but, how it, at least in the last 5 years, certainly has saved all my photos that I take on my camera and automatically upload them and automatically sort them by date. But now they have the search feature that can search by face and even search pets, possibly even search situations. So searching photos has been fantastic. So eventually I want to upload all those photos that I scanned. I guess have Google do their search or whatever it is. So that's all indexed, but it's all in the cloud and protected also. Anyways, so I bought this very expensive scanner. So I figured, you know what? Other people want to do the same thing, but maybe don't want to spend $400 or $500 buying a scanner or taking the hours and hours and hours it takes to actually scan these. So I'm kind of a serial entrepreneur. So now imagine if I created a business around that. Hey, Tony, appreciate that. Joining me. And Robin, appreciate that. So anyways, I'm going to go through and learn about websites being developed by AI and see if I can do this. I do have a little bit of background in the late 1990s. I was doing HTML code on Microsoft Front Page, I believe it was called. Created a couple .coms, that did really well for a couple of years, and then the .coms crashed, so kind of went by the wayside. I have not really done any kind of web development since then, so it's been literally almost 20 years. But I do have a little bit of background knowledge of hosting websites, kind of how that works. Anyways, so before I get into that, if you watched my last episode, I was absolutely struggling to. I wanted a shortcut. So now, if you guys update your desktop or PC, this Copilot automatically gets installed on your system. Okay, and this is Microsoft's version of AI. And the hotkey Alt space automatically pulls it up. And I got to be honest, I love that. Just to really quickly have Alt space and pop up the AI so that I can use it. And I have found I have now been using this more than ChatGPT because of how easy it is to just pop up. So what I really wanted to do is I wanted to do the same thing and create hotkeys for ChatGPT. So I'm chuckling because if you watched episode 6, it turned out most of the episode was me struggling to figure out how to create a hotkey for making, having ChatGPT pop up. Eventually, I could see making hotkeys for Grok and Claude and all these other AIs, just to make it easier. So I was using, was using the AI to try to walk me through how to do this, and I was struggling. And they had me downloading, Windows Power Toys and creating hotkeys through that, and I just couldn't get anything to work. And I spent a whole hour messing with it, and I still never got there. And I finally gave up, and I uninstalled all those programs because I kind of messed up some settings on my computer. And so, with a clear mind, I kind of started from scratch today. And again, when you install Internet Explorer, it automatically is updating or installing this Copilot. So, and it automatically goes Alt Spacebar, and I love it, So, the problem was when I downloaded, originally I had ChatGPT that I was only using on a browser. So I eventually downloaded the actual app, okay? And eventually I learned that if you click on your top right under settings, okay, there is a setting and it's app, okay? And here was the problem. I did see this, and at the time it said Alt Spacebar. So I think all of these default to Alt Spacebar. And so I kept clicking it, and I was like, there's no, it's not giving me the option to type in what I want it to do. Well, it's because when I click on it and it says recording, that's when I needed to actually hit the keys. So if I change that to the Alt key and C, that just means now when I use the Alt and C key, it pops up versus the X. So it was that easy, is all I'm trying to get at, to now I can use the Alt space for Copilot, and I just changed it to Alt C, but ultimately I want Alt X for ChatGPT. So again, to change that hotkey, just go to the top right, and I'm going to make a short video on this because I think this was really helpful. Settings, go under App. When you click on it, when it says it's recording, that's because it's waiting for you to hit those hotkeys to open it. So there you have it. That's how to make a hotkey for Copilot, well, which I think Copilot's automatic, but change ChatGPT so that it's not interfering with Copilot. And now I have a way to do both. Okay. So with that, what I would like to do is go to ChatGPT, and I want to say, so, back to the use case. So my goal today is to create a AI website with as little, programming knowledge as needed, and free if possible, for a website if I was going to develop a business that, I will, to charge people to scan their home, their pictures, to digitalize their Polaroids and, their old photos, and digitalize them with that Epson scanner printer, or scanner, it's not even a printer. Okay, so I'm going to start with AI. That's the whole idea of the videos here, is I'm going to start with AI and have it maybe give me suggestions. The one I'm going to probably go to is Web 10. I have done some of this research, but I just want you to see the thought process that I went through. So, the other thing is, I have found when I was trying to talk as I was typing, I was just messing up so much that at this point I'm just going to type and not try to talk, or maybe read it afterwards. I don't know if you can read this. I know it's kind of small, so depending on what device you're on, I don't know how well you can see what I'm typing. Okay, so I'm just telling it I want a free AI tool to build a website for my photo scanning service. And let's start seeing what it's coming up with. Okay. Here's a full step-by-step. So it's already giving me some options, and these are all that I've now already seen. Okay, and it's funny, it's not listing the one that I wanted to use, which is 10web. Okay, durable.co. Now, again, I haven't tried that. Oh, there's a free plan available. That's interesting. Zyro by Hostinger, free trial. Wix AI, free plan with branding. So Wix was another one I was maybe going to try. So it sounds like a lot of these, I think if they advertise their hosting or their AI services on your website, then they'll offer you a free version. So that may work perfectly fine for me. So that is one that I'm going to try. Canva for graphics and stuff. So, and Google Forms. Those are free things, but that's not really a whole website. So I said compare these to Web 10, and let's see. Now this is interesting. How do I make this big? I guess I could just drag it. All right. So compare these to Web 10. I like this. It automatically gave me a nice little comparison chart here. So what do we got? Durable, Web 10, Wix AI, Zyro AI, and CARRD. That's one I haven't heard of. So, and again, I haven't heard of any of these really before, 2 days ago when I started playing with this a little bit. But let's just see what these comparisons are. So, AI Web Builder. Well, the last one's not an AI Web Builder, so I don't even know why they put it there. But free plans, yes, for 3 of them. Zyro does not look like it. AI generated. Not much customization, probably. Look for the other 2. Content, etc., etc., etc. So let's see. So Wix AI. So I'll have to, maybe we'll do first. We'll see how quickly both these can happen. I might try them all, actually. So I think instead of going through this, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a try. So I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to start with Web 10. So again, that's the other thing. I have switched this browser specifically. Instead of using Google to search, it searches with ChatGPT. I'm not used to it. I don't really like it as much. But at least on this browser, I'll leave it just to see if I can get used to that. So it gave me the link, Web 10. I think this is it. I've never even been on the website, actually. I read about it, but have not used it. So I want Web 10 Revolution, user Web 10 app, sign up for the account. I don't know if this is the right one or not. So here I go. I want to kind of go to Google and do the same thing using a Google search. Oops. Okay, that didn't even work either. Let me just see. Maybe I got to go google.com. Otherwise, it's going to keep using. So Web 10 AI Web Builder. I just want to make sure I'm on the right website. That's Wix, GoDaddy. So those are paid for advertising. That's why they're showing up. So looks like web10.io. So that's interesting. I don't know if this is associated with it or not. Or maybe this is just talking about the company. I don't know, but this definitely is not correct. This looks more like correct. So, wow, this looks pretty Self-explanatory. I don't know that I have to create any kind of account first. So again, I'm going to type, and maybe you can read it. And I'm just going to describe, the website I want to build. So, I am the worst speller, so that's why I have all these tools on here to fix my spelling, even though that is not always very quick either. Not that you have to. I have found that the AI completely realizes, when you misspell it, they pretty much can figure it out. Okay, just kind of giving my pricing. I might be more too detailed. I don't know. Okay, so I have no idea. I'm just a starting point, and let's see. I might have gone too detailed with pricing and all that other stuff. Maybe at this point I just, it wanted more of just the basics. So let's see what it comes up with. I mean, I'm completely excited to see, how this might turn out and work. So, this is basically saying 4 pages, home page, services, pricing, contacts. It's giving me the option, it looks like, to add a page, and it also looks like it is, looks like I can change the layout. I have no idea what hero means. That's one. I mean, I kind of like all of it, right, so far. So I like that layout. Services, pricing. So I don't know if these need to be individual or not. There's not much to really describe in the website. Contacts. So let me just see. The only thing I might want to do is I would like to maybe a map, because for local people in the Buffalo area, I want them comfortable to know that they can bring their box of pictures, because a lot of people I think would be nervous about mailing these. But that could definitely be under contact. So do I change this? Okay, so okay, edit your structure. Okay, I don't know. I kind of like what they've done so far. I don't think there's anything more other than the fact that this is going to just kind of do the structure of the website with buttons. And man, this home page could probably do it all, but let's see what it does. Okay, so this is, I don't know what this is saying. This is maybe kind of a layout. Style your future website. Okay, so this is just colors. So let's, giving it, allowing me to kind of pick my color scheme. Okay, so, and then I think the left is just an example of what that color scheme might look like. I guess maybe the bluish. Classic buttons. Okay, that's kind of showing the type of button. I could be picking this, I guess, right? If I wanted that. Okay, I see. So that's just changing. Classic. So it just kind of looks like it's changing colors, fonts, things of that nature. I kind of like that. So I'll switch it to that. Okay. Maybe as I'm doing this, in the comments, put which color combination you like. I don't know. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 10 of them. So for a photo scanning business, which one you might pick. I'm partial to blue. Maybe that's too common. I don't know. Maybe I should do something that's a little more uncommon. I don't know. This is why I need an AI to do this for me, because I feel I have very little artistic design ability. That's definitely one of the reasons, that I did not stick to any kind of web design from the 90s, because it is not something I necessarily enjoyed. So I think I'm going to go with that. All right. So create. So I'm just going to use my Gmail. I meant to actually do this on my other website, but that's fine. Or my other Google account. So this is just creating a free account. And it is now building this website. So I'm very curious to see how this turns out. So this will take a little bit. And like I said, hi, Andre. I'm new to this, so appreciate you joining me. Okay, so this just created something. Preview and edit. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so wow, this is great. Now I'm surprised. I thought maybe it would have already put the name of the company and stuff in here. So, all right, so 10 Web Pro, free for 10 days. I do kind of like this. Oh, I really like this. Wow, I like it. I mean, so, wow. I'm impressed so far, right? That now, again, the wording isn't here, but let's see. I'm assuming it's going to be quite easy to 7 days. So what are we doing here? 7 days free. Then it looks like it's $10 a month if you pay the whole year. So $20 a month if you don't. So I'm not looking to pay right now. It's going to make me put a credit card in. It looks like to even have it for 7 days free. I'm sure there's a way to cancel it, but I don't even really want to go through any of that right now. But the point was, I think this created a really good website. I would certainly change the pictures. It's not quite what I envisioned, and I wouldn't be doing so. I mean, there would definitely be some changes, but I do like what they did. And ultimately, for $120 a year, if you paid for the year up front, that's probably reasonable. And the promo code, so it looks like there might be some coupon codes out there that I could find to even make that less expensive. So that is one. Let me try another one. So that was the Web 10. I was kind of hoping I could play with it a little bit more without putting a credit card in, but so be it. So I want to go back to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT, it gave me different options. Now this one I never heard of. So what is this one? All right, so let's see what this one looks like. So I don't know if I need just a quick description or full description. Photo scanning studio. I would think I would want a way bigger description than that, but this is just doing it off the name of my company. I mean, again, if it's this good now, imagine what it's going to be in 3 more years, 2 more, it's 6 more months. So it's only going to get better and better. So again, they're all going to have you create or have a sign in. I'm just going to create a sign in. Hopefully I can do it for free for now. It looks like every website obviously is going to have some kind of customization. So this kind of just did it off the name without, it kind of figured it out itself, right? I have no idea what that is. I certainly wouldn't be using that, but I mean, it's a basic website that's probably pretty good and pretty involved. So I would have liked. I like the Web 10 where it. Well, let me try it again. I don't know. Can I redo this? So if I customize or regenerate, right? What I really want to do, describe your business. So I'm going to go back to what I described if I can. Oh, I guess I don't even have that, do I? I probably can't go back to that description, so I have to start from scratch. I should have saved that. Let me do it this way. I'm going to bring up ChatGPT. Actually, I'll use Copilot. I'm going to write. I'm gonna not talk while I'm writing, just so I can write this. So. Just writing down, what the details of photo scanning business. And this time I'm going to save all this so I don't have to keep doing it. Alright, this may be way too much. But I definitely want to save this so I don't have to keep doing this. I'm just going to put it in Notepad. I know there's probably better ways to do this, but... Okay. And I'm actually in... So I probably should have gone to the front and just described what I'm trying to do. I don't know. I have found that less is better. Like, I don't really need that much. Maybe it will understand enough just by me saying, create a prompt for an AI web builder. This is the description of my business. So it wouldn't surprise me if it will figure that out. So I'm just trying to kind of get it to clean up what I just did. So here's a strong prompt to use for your AI web builder. So business name. So this is really involved. So I'm just going to copy this. And again, I'm saving this just on Notepad. You know, I always struggle to copy it. I know that, you know, I know there's an easier way to even copy this. I mean, copy, I don't know if that's going to copy everything. I just want to copy this part of it, but I struggle to do that sometimes. So I'm just bringing my Notepad over here because I want to save this prompt, and eventually my prompts will probably get better, but now that's saved. And now I'm going to go back to the web builder. That's fine if it knows my location. I wanted to rebuild this, so somewhere here, right? Customize, regenerate, photo scanning. So describe your business. And this might be way too much. It may not even take it all, but oh, maybe not. Who knows? Okay. So this is a lot more involved. The first time I only put the name. So let's see if that creates something new. Read. And this is just a protection because it doesn't want you. It has to make sure that you really want to lose all the work you've already done, and certainly regenerate it from scratch. So now this is going to take a few minutes to go through. And this one again is the durable.co, which again, as I was researching, I had not heard of this one. I don't think I had. The 10 web I had. Again, while that's working, I liked the 10 web, really liked that layout, but it wasn't something I could really keep very long without putting at least my credit card in. Wow, I'm liking this already. So this is just amazing. Just to see this AI web builder. Now this one's kind of showing you live as it's building. But I have to tell you, that's pretty impressive already. Now it's adding content that we don't really do. Okay. So I'll certainly have to change pictures, testimonials. I am extremely impressed with this site. So whatever it just generated here, Wow, I just really like it. So what? I don't know if this will take you to different sections. If it, if this is just a one page, I did like with the 10 web where it had. Hi Rebecca, how are ya? Appreciate you joining me, my #1 fan. I actually have a couple people that joined me, so this has been awesome. And this will be certainly recorded and mainly on my YouTube channel, just my name, Dan Herlihy. So do me a favor and subscribe and give it a like as I'm building my channel here. This looks great. Like I'm very impressed with this. Now I don't know. This might just all be one page. Who knows? So, wow. Now I'm going to do another one here. So that's Web 10. Let's go back to. Did I have it here? Oh, this is not the right one. See, now I'm lost already. I wanted the one that was showing all the different. I'm just trying to see if it saved them. Let's see. Web 10. So that was all 10, but that's something I might have done earlier. Yeah, I thought I had set aside. Okay, so just the search that I had done of the different AI web building tools. So let me just go back and ask it again. Give me the top. So let's see if this list changed from what it was before. So Wix, okay, that was the one. This time it came up with the Web 10. Okay, so there's a couple other ones. So real quick, let's see if I can do the same thing with these others. With these other ones. Now Wix is one I see all the time advertised. So it wouldn't surprise me if this can certainly do it, but might be more expensive. So yeah, I did it again. I'm so used to having that as a Google search, so I have changed my Google, the top bar to a to ChatGPT. So, okay, so create with AI. So this is Wix. Looks like I have to create an account like all of them. No big deal. I just do everything with my Google account. And now I have my prompts saved for myself. So let's see what Wix looks like. Okay. So now again in Notepad, I had just saved, right, my prompts. So I'm just going to copy and paste all of this and see what it comes up with. Now my prompts, I did not save it. I gotta retape it here. Let's see, business name. I just gotta change that. Photo. Photo scanning studio. And now I'm copying this. And I'm just gonna paste it into Wix and see what it comes up with. Again, I'm just absolutely blown away. Imagine in a day if you can build in a complete professional website. Now, again, you can have the most amazing website ever, but if nobody finds it, so the next part of this will be using ChatGPT and AI to, teach you how to do SEO and keywords and meta tags, or if they're already built into these websites. To be found. Okay, so That's the name we're going to call it. You know, who is your target audience? You know, I think I would say I don't know the wording I would use. Come on, Rebecca, you're the one with the good wording. You know, 30-year-olds who would have, would you say, would it be paper photos? What am I, you know, I guess right. Photo, prints, and Polaroids, right? So that, you know, my audience is going to be 30-year-olds and above, right? 20-year-olds are not really, you know, don't have paper photos. They digitize it since they were born pretty much. So, let's see. My goal is to find customers Yeah, bins of photos. Well, I don't know, but 30-year-olds, I mean, digital cameras came out in 2000, so for 25 years, you know, most of 25-year-olds and younger, you know, are the digital age. They don't have paper photos. But seniors, absolutely, Rebecca. I think seniors, this is, you know, this service really, I think, is awesome. I mean, that's why I did it for myself. But certainly the seniors, you would think, would be the number one that would want to preserve this, or whatever, the Gen Xers, my age, right? You know, that have a little by little. So let's see what it's saying. What is the location? I'm going to say Buffalo, New York. So this Wix, compared to the other ones, looks like it's getting very specific in questions before it builds anything. Now, do you have any specific design preferences or features you'd like to see on the website, such as vintage theme or gallery section to showcase samples? You know, I like vintage theme. Also, so one of the things I want to do is I want to see if with AI it's so good. So I want to see if I can have the website and an AI. I'm going to create 52 weeks of blogs, meaning one blog a week, but already write it, and then see if somehow I can schedule it that once a week a blog is automatically put on the website. And I think that just keeps the website fresh, and or maybe search engines will pick it up more for that. That's a little bit more in depth, but so let's just see what that comes up with, maybe. Either way, so far, all of these have blown me away, right? Now, again, unfortunately, they all cost money. I was hoping to be cheap and find a way to do this, you know, for free. I thought there was a way to do it for free, but they're asking for my credit card, because I thought Wix and 10 Web, from what I was reading yesterday, had versions of their AI website that as long as they could advertise on your website, that there was a free version. So I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. All right, so let's see what this Wix again, which is a big name that I have heard before. Let's see what kind of website this came up with. Okay, so now just knowing a little bit about web design, this looks like it is being designed in what's called WordPress. So I think I would do the same name. Not that I want to pay for it here, so this is, again, finish setting up your services. You know, I don't want to do any of that. I just really want to do, I guess, the enhancing or restoration. I don't know. So I don't know what I do here. But do I add a new service? No. Custom albums. Can I actually get rid of the service? No. So again, I think I gotta play with this more. Let me just save it the way it is. Again, this is kind of like WordPress. What I really want to do is see what it created. Because it's been over an hour, so I'm probably going to end this video soon. Can I see? Design site. I want to just see. I'll pick a 10. So I'm lost at this point. So the other ones popped up and showed me the site right away. Maybe I hit the right button. Okay, so let's see if it was just allowing me to do some edits, I guess, before it actually designed the website, it seemed like. So it looks like it's going to design it here. I just want to see what it comes up with is really right. So reading, I did not see that on Messenger, Rebecca, so I will have to go back and check. So I absolutely love this too, right? Look, I mean, just look at this, right? So I'll tell you, my initial reaction is the 10 web. I mean, this is all good. This is all very functional. But the 10 web out of these three, I like the best. Now this actually, no, this was good too, but it just seems like I've got too much to edit here. Whereas, is this it here? Yeah, this is the 10 web. And again, you know, that just happens to be what it built, right? So I really like this 10 web one. And I could see how it could become very tempting to go ahead and just buy it. So I'm going to play around. Let's see, I'll try to do it here. I thought there was a free version. So this would charge me $156 for a year. And it looks like this hosts the website and everything. So, it, you know, everything's here. Agency plans, I create more than one website. Well, you know me and coupon codes, so let me just see if I could find a coupon code. So I'm ChatGPT, and I use my fancy Alt X to bring it up. Find is it 10 web? Yeah, 10 web. So let's see if ChatGPT can scour the internet and find a coupon code. So, lifetime discount, certainly would like that. 50% off, wow. So how do I get this 50% off? Oh, it just says 50 off maybe. So let's see if this is a legit coupon code. Apply. Invalid. So that's pretty common for coupon codes. Sometimes they last, sometimes they don't. So let me just see if another one works. If it doesn't, then I'm going to move on. But okay, so neither one of those work. Now the other thing I want to do is so I'm just saying, how do I get to the free version? Didn't 10x have it if they advertise on your website? So sign up with your email, Google account, no credit cards required. At that stage, describe your website. AI will generate it, preview, explore, etc. Edit to make details. You change start 7-day free trial, which requires adding credit card. Free plan, site visibility. Okay. Unless some platforms, Wix, 10x does not display ads on your free site. Unlike some platforms, example Wix. So it sounds like Wix will do it, maybe a free one, but then they advertise. 10web does not. Okay, so it looks like 10. Boy, I'll tell you, I really liked the 10 web. That is definitely tempting. I would probably search more coupon codes and see if they actually have one. Let me just do another quick search. Now instead of using ChatGPT, I want to just use regular Google here. I don't know. You just got to play with these to see if they'll actually work. Our picks. So, is it 10web? 10web. I don't know. Yeah, they're trying to get me to put it up there. I don't really want to do that. So, anyways, I'm gonna keep searching, and then if I end up doing or getting a website, for my next video, I will go through probably those steps and what I did and just have it cleaned up a lot more. With that, everybody that joined me today, I really, really appreciate it. Subscribe, share, and like my video if you would, please. And again, I'm doing these Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. I really appreciate those that took the time to watch. I am just a Gen X trying to learn all this AI and software stuff. With that, I appreciate those that joined me. Robin, Tony, Andre, and Rebecca, my #1 fan. I appreciate it.